G'day guys, it's Calvin from the Cartoon Company in New Zealand. What's the difference between the ECU that's in this box and a brick? Well, the answer is bugger all, because neither of them will run an engine. And at least you could build a house with a brick. Well, a start anyway. A little bit of a backstory. I got a phone call from a Toyota dealer here in New Zealand. They had a UZS 186 Crown come into the workshop with loss of keys. They've managed to align another key with everything else, so they've got the doors opening, the boot opening, that side of things. But unfortunately, the 3uz ECU has said no more. We're not going to let you in. We're not going to let you start this engine. Fortunately, one of the techs is a subscriber, and he said maybe this brick can sort it, and they got it in a box and sent it up to me. So we're going to try and get this ECU and breathe some life back into it. Fortunately, I do have a backup plan, which is another ECU in this box, which is hopefully the right one. Maybe. What tools am I using? A laptop, a tuning cable, and I just happen to have a 186 Crown engine sitting on the floor and my test loom. So this is a new one for me, okay? Normally I get a working ECU that has got the immobilizer. We flash the immobilizer off, set it up to suit the vehicle, and away we go. So I've got to come up with a plan and actually work my way through a solution for this vehicle. You might think that I'm not confident because I've got a backup, but that actually makes me more confident, because what I can do is I know that if I get it wrong or I push the limits on this one, then the customer's vehicle is going to get going. And that's the goal here, getting the customer's car going. As you can see, I haven't opened the box, but I think what I'm going to do, here's my thoughts, just a bit of brainstorming. Open the box, good. Set up my test loom, or possibly, actually maybe I'll plug it into my test loom on the engine. We'll see if the throttle works, we'll see if it reads temperature, whether it's got communications with the scan tool, see what's actually in there. If it does some of that stuff and some of those functions correctly, we might even hit the go button. Because there's no immobilizer, it should actually fire the engine and then stop. Fire, stop. Providing I turn the key off in between. So that would give me an indication that it is just immobilizer and the rest of the ECU is healthy. I don't presently have my test loom set up with fuel pump control. That's on the next step, which I don't normally run fuel pump control on a test loom, and I'm not normally quite running them on an engine like I am in this case. Right, let's get into this. Let's see what we can do. Oh, Crown Majesta, rego number 3uz. Shit, it's another Jason who's been dealing with it. Another one. I work with the Jason. That's that one there. Whenever I get an ECU, I write an identifier on it. This is why I write numbers on them. Multiple ECUs. Right. Wrong hole this morning. Alright, we're plugged in, ECU's plugged in, switch on, we've got an engine check light. Do we have a throttle? So So I do have the cover on. Let's have a listen. That is working. That's a positive step. Let us see what we find of the scan tool. The scan tool is, for me, is pretty much a must when wiring these up. It allows me to check signals, transmission signals, shifter input, throttle, TPS, all that stuff. And it allows me very quickly to see if we've got something that's good. Should be that one. I've only got 3 codes here: brake switch, and history. Same thing. And they come straight back. No immobilizer. Now what we'll often get with these is we'll have codes. So it's actually got 4 codes showing, but only 3 codes that I'm reading, because the immobilizer code is in the body area, not in the engine area of my scan tool. So I don't pick it up. It does look like the ECU might be okay. My next question, if I apply fuel and voltage, well, that's very much a dead. Oh, no it isn't. There it is. Did you hear that? Let's just turn this key off, turn it off, turn it back on. Woohoo! Yeah, that's it. Now if I try to start it now, if you've got an immobilizer issue and you've just fired it like that, I try to start it again, it'll just crank. Just completely dead. Turn it off, turn it on. Ba-bum! Start and stop. Woohoo! Yes. Oh, that's a bit bright, isn't it? Ooh. Yeah, I'm happy. It does what it wants to do. I'm just going to unpack my gear here. I'm going to move it to the bench without an engine attached. See if we can get some info out of it. See if we can make this come back to life. Got my flashing cable set up on the bench. Big, grunty battery, plenty of battery charge. Software connected. B2799, which is the immobilizer fault. Of course, there's no immobilizer connected here. Transmission codes, we're looking good. I'm going to do the reflashy thing. I'm going to cross my fingers, and hopefully this all works. This is a bit of a joint effort. There's a group of us that are doing reflashes around the world. There's Brandon at Quantum in America. He actually suggested that this ECU would be rubbish bin and fire. Just joking, we're all good. Chris at Phoenix in the UK, and there's Yuri at AlphaSwap in Russia, and there's a man in South Africa too. I'm sorry, I don't know this man's handle, his name, and myself. And as we do this, and of course by working together with others, we achieve a lot more. I've learned that sometimes guys that are competitors aren't actually competitors, that they can be very, very solid allies, and by sharing information, we can really get some cool shit done. And hopefully fix this brick DCU. I've got a bit of sorting to do, as per normal. We'll come back to the other side. We're going to, as I said, we'll cross those fingers and hopefully we can make this thing go. We're having good successes with these ECUs and this reflashing. And whilst we don't recommend it for boosted applications, it was used by The flashing system was used by Speed Academy on their videos on their LS430 that was supercharged. So it shows how far that can be pushed if you're willing to do that. Though at the moment we don't offer a commercial supercharger tune, but that could change. My main goal is to get rid of this immobilizer and get this customer's car going. Ignition on, start riding, bam. We know it's flashing because the dongle's flashing. There it goes. Oh, Poppy, leave that. Poppy, come here. Come here. Is it flash? Is it flashing? Is it? Do you think it's flashing? Is it working? What are your thoughts? She's very excited. Is it going to work? Is it going to work? Good girl. Righty ho. So the flash is in. We've got fuel pump going in. We have a fuel pump in the bucket. We turn the ignition on. Ignition on. And we touch this on here. Yep, that's good. Run, run, run! Rum, rum, rum. Rum, rum. Now it's been running. It runs. I've got the gear out again. Check the fault codes. It appears I have a brake light switch circuit fault. It's possibly because the brake light circuit for this ECU is in the South Island of New Zealand and I'm in the North Island. And I don't think my wires go that far and the brake switches are not Bluetooth or Wi-Fi. But it's all done. I'm really happy. It's just awesome. It's great to help someone out. There's going to be a customer that's very happy. They'll get their car back. The Toyota dealers will plug it in, give it a spin, check it's all good, possibly look at aligning the engine and ECU and ECT are all in the same unit, but you can do a bit of an alignment, and they should know about that, just to make it even nicer again. But that's going to solve this car's problem. Super, super happy. It might go a little bit better too, but I'm just going to stay quiet about that. Yeah. Hope that's been helpful. Brick ECU, no longer a brick, it's back to being an ECU and working. Talk to you again soon. Catch you later. And I didn't even need my backup plan. Still sealed up in its box.